Many police officers use their jobs to boost their egos, even though they're supposed to be serving their community. Today, we're talking about police officers who verbally attacked innocent people in the hope of getting more power. Let's go to the video. When this man went to a post office to record how the staff treated him, he ran into a worker who thought she could boot him out for filming. She even threatened to call the cops as if she thought he'd get scared and leave. But actually, he was all for her calling them because they'd be the ones to set her straight and confirm that he had every right to film in public. If she or anyone else in the post office felt uneasy about being filmed, well, that wasn't his problem. That certainly didn't mean he had to ditch his constitutional rights. Then another employee tried to smack the camera right out of his hand, but luckily he caught that on film too. Really, these workers should just get back to their jobs. They clearly don't have the power to throw anyone out of a public space.
Put her hands on me, so I'm gonna show.
Put their hands on
Yes,
you.
they did.
They are blocking you from
Get
filming us.
away from me, please.
Please leave the facility.
You don't tell us what to do.
Call 911.
Okay, good. They'll inform you. They'll inform you. You're a Karen.
Okay.
This lady
Please?
touched me.
She did
Yes,
not.
she did. It's on video.
Okay, please leave the facility.
You don't tell me what to do.
Yes, this is a public area.
Good.
You're not
That's
able to film us.
that's the reason why we're here. It's a
There's-
public area. Yep.
And that's why you cannot
And
film.
no.
Because the other public is not allowing you to film.
Continue doing your
Please
job.
leave.
Continue doing your job. This is
Please
not
leave.
this is not part of your job.
Please.
However, when a cop showed up, things actually took a turn for the worse. Instead of setting the post office staff straight and clarifying that the man was perfectly within his rights to film in public under constitutional law, he threatened to arrest him for trespassing. You don't need to be a law expert to know that you can't trespass on public property. Seeing the kind of cop he was dealing with, the man requested to speak to his supervisor, but the officer claimed he was the supervisor. Well, that doesn't mean there isn't someone higher up, right? Yet the cop insisted he was on the top, which really said a lot about his ego and how highly he thinks of himself.
Okay,
However, it is open to the public to conduct business.
and this is business. This is tax
with the
paid.
state of Alaska.
This is
dealing
business.
with driver's license.
This is business with the state of
and
Alaska.
Registrations for motor vehicles.
This is business with the state of
To
Alaska.
leave and you refuse.
You know
to
that
leave,
I'm willing to go to
you're
jail,
going
bro? You know I'm willing to
understand.
go to jail and bond
You know
out right
I'm
away?
willing to take you to
And
jail
I'm willing
as
to
well.
bond out right away, and then it's your
no
job.
problem.
It's gonna be your job.
Not gonna be my job.
Yes, it is, because I just got assaulted by them, and you're over here talking about how I can't be in there. That's not,
I told
this is not
you.
what you got hired for. You're here to fucking
told
protect me.
you.
I don't care. I don't care.
I
You're being
told
disrespectful.
you specifically that if they tell you to leave, you have no
That's
choice but to leave.
that's not how it works.
You are welcome.
That's
to
not how it
come
works. Call your
outside.
supervisor. Call your supervisor.
told you, I
Call
am the
your
supervisor.
supervisor.
I already told
You're
you
not
I
the
am the
top guy.
supervisor.
You're not the top guy. No, you're
the
not.
top guy
No,
at
you're
the
not. There's
I'm
no
the
way.
top
There's
guy
no
at the
way.
moment.
No, you're not. You don't even know the difference between public and private. They don't have that authority. They don't have that authority. We have the right to be in there. And if you're going in there to solicit a trespass, I'm gonna own the out of your police department and out of you. You know this? You know this?
That's cool.
That's not cool.
I'm telling you.
You're gonna
right now,
cost the city a lot of money.
if
So
we
go
go
ahead.
inside and they
The cop set a classic example of what not to do, refusing to dig deeper into the situation. A sensible approach would have been to step inside and inquire what exactly was upsetting the people about the man's filming. But no, he chose to verbally attack an innocent man and roped in another employee to justify the actions of the police officer. But still, that's their issue, not the man's. If public activities disturb them, they might as well stay indoors. The most frustrating part? The cops stubbornly won't call in a supervisor, clueless that the man was well aware of their protocols, that officers are supposed to call a supervisor upon request, not decide whether it's necessary themselves.
You guys be harassing my
We're not.
but
We're not.
I was hearing some escalation of communication between you and the customer. I can't have that. If y'all gonna be in here, I can't have you been escalating with the customers.
Thank you, but we have the right to be there. The customers are the ones that are going crazy, and your employees too. She put her hands on me, and I'm gonna share this video. This guy's a piece of. He doesn't want to investigate anything here right now. You want me trespass? You want me
You're not
trespass?
restricting me from
You're
investigating.
no. I'm explaining to you exactly what the hell happened. And by the way, you're
I
being
got
watched
your
by
side of the
thousands.
story. It's
You're
captured right
you're
here.
being watched by thousands right now.
I understand.
And you don't want to call you supervisor. You act like you're the chief in town.
I just explained to you that I am the supervisor.
You have a
I'm the
boss.
watch commander.
You have a
I
boss.
do. It's the chief of police.
So call him over.
The chief of police is not currently.
It's Monday morning. Call him over. It's Monday afternoon. Call him over.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm arguing with you. You need to investigate.
You can't go in there
Yes, he
anymore.
did.
You were
You
allowed
are
to
not-
come in, but if you're going to come in, I cannot have anything get escalated with customers.
I'm not. They are.
I cannot.
They,
I'm not
but
doing
tell that to them. I'm not the one creating a problem, bro. That's the whole point. I'm not the one creating a problem. Everybody's going crazy at us. We weren't speaking to anybody. So why are you telling us when your employee was the one that put her hands on me? Why are you protecting public property like if it was private property? Why are you?
Protected anybody.
Yes, you are. You're saying that.
I told you that
You're
if
saying
they
that
tell
if,
you that you have to leave, you have to leave.
and you're wrong.
if you don't,
You're
leave,
wrong.
If you don't leave,
If I don't leave, what?
The cop got all ruffled up because someone was questioning his authority and not just blindly following his commands. He then upped the ante, warning the man that he would haul him off to jail if he didn't leave immediately. The man stood his ground, knowing full well he hadn't done anything wrong and wasn't about to give up his rights, even if it meant facing an unlawful arrest. Imagine if more people stood up like this man did. Those cops looking for an ego boost would be out of luck. But then, the cop had the nerve to scold the man for the way he was talking to him. What did he expect, really? Praise and compliments after showing such a lack of professionalism? At the end of the day, this man was only defending his freedom of speech.
if you don't, leave,
You're wrong.
If you don't leave,
If I don't leave, what?
then you will be.
You ain't gonna do. You're not gonna do
unlawful.
anything. You're not gonna do anything to me. You understand that? You're gonna need a whole army.
Now
You're gonna.
causing a scene.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, it's
You're
freedom of
definitely
speech.
causing a scene.
It's freedom of speech.
You
Thanks.
Can speak the way you
It's
want.
I'm not causing
I
a
have no
scene.
problem.
You're causing a scene, and your employees are causing a scene, and then I'm causing a scene because I got attacked. I'm the victim here, dog. What don't you understand?
Did you call the police?
I was about to. Yes,
Okay, you didn't call the police, so I came here. And
because I
responded
know
to
that they called it.
Yeah,
they
three
know-
different people called.
Good.
Okay.
Good, because they're those three
So I
idiots you
came
need to
the-
arrest.
And I gave you the
Those-
opportunity to tell me your side of the story.
I'm giving you the opportunity to do your job correctly. I have the right
My
to be
job
in
is
there.
to listen
I
to
have the
everybody's.
right to
I've
be
only
at
heard
the
your side of the
DMV.
story so far.
I'm gonna go back in there. I'm not gonna speak to anybody.
going back
Yes,
to
I
the
am. He
people.
just said that I
He's
can.
already said that
No,
you can't go
no.
in.
He said that I. You're not listening.
Y'all can be in here. Y'all can be in here. Y'all can be in here.
He said that I could go in there as long as I'm not speaking to anybody. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm not gonna speak to anybody. Hopefully nobody speaks to me. And that's it. You don't determine what happens here, Laska. You don't determine what happens here, Laska. No, you don't. You're not in charge of this situation. You're actually out of control. You're actually out of control, and you need to calm down. You need to calm down.
You have no authority over us unless we commit crime.
Cops really get their feathers ruffled by constitutional law because it means they can't just boss citizens around unless they've actually done something wrong. This cop, deep down, knew he couldn't stop the man from filming, but he still wanted to act like he was the big boss, above all the rules. Even though he thought he had control, he was actually the one stepping out of line by messing with someone's rights, disturbing his peace, and risking his qualified immunity. Cops can't just decide they don't like someone and treat them differently. Being a cop means you're serving the public, and respecting rights is just part of the deal. After all, they're the ones who took an oath to uphold every citizen's constitutional rights, aren't they?
None of your business.
Remain
You
on
have
the
no
premises.
authority.
He's out of control.
He's out of control. You have no authority over us unless
Unlawfully,
we commit
then
a
you
crime.
will be committing a
I don't
crime.
care
No
what
one's.
you
You're
say.
committing a crime
I
right
don't care
now.
what you say.
How am I
Bottom
committing
line
a
is,
crime?
if we're not
You're,
committing a crime,
you're
we
disturbing
can't
my
do it.
peace. You're disturbing my peace. You need to
I'm
walk
disturbing
away.
peace by standing there.
We're gonna.
Ask you a question.
Yes, brother.
So I'm here for the DMV.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything I can help you with the DMV? Can I
What's
get
that
a
lady's?
license?
What's the lady with the braids name? I want to press charges on her. And the other lady that the both ladies that are in the front. I need both of their names and the lady with the braid, please, because
We are all
they
city
broke the law.
employees, and you can get our names off
But
the
they
state
broke the law.
directory.
But they broke the law right now. So I need to tell him so that he could do his job.
How are we going to put a face to a name on the directory?
I don't remember everybody's shit,
Because
so I have to-
you're protecting everybody. I understand. That's fine. We'll
But
find
if
out.
you think-
We'll find out who it is. But we're gonna go back in there. We're not gonna speak to anybody. And I give you my word.
Okay.
But people need to respect, especially you. Who do you think
The
you are?
only thing is, if things started getting crazy like
Thank
it
you.
was earlier, I'm gonna have to ask y'all to leave, okay?
If they get crazy, we don't say a word.
So if people get crazy, we gotta leave. I got it. Okay, good. People go crazy.
You guys do understand that.
You don't- I don't wanna
sometimes
speak
when
with you
you're
no more.
opinion People.
You're
and they
dismissed.
don't want to be videoed.
You're dismissed.
They're
Actually,
going to react to it.
you're
Which
dismissed.
is obviously what you're trying to do.
You're dismissed. Actually.
We are dealing with a lot of legal documents, a lot of people's information, so they're not going to want that stuff on.
The worker tried once more to get the man to leave and stop filming, bringing up the privacy of people's information inside the building as the reason. Well, then, shouldn't their priority be to safeguard that information properly? But the cop was curious about something else, so he asked if the man was carrying a weapon. The man refused to answer, pointing out that he wasn't obliged to, which sent the cop into a tailspin. That piece of information wouldn't really make a difference anyway, since under constitutional law, Americans are allowed to bear arms. What exactly is this cop's problem?
He says that I could film. This is a public building. You can't just be like, I don't like him.
Are
And then
either
you're
one of
not.
you armed at the moment?
None of your
Or
business.
it is my business.
That's none of your business.
The state of Alaska law says that if
So
you're
what's your
armed and
question?
you fail to tell me that you're armed,
I don't
that
got
that's a violation of the law.
I don't gotta tell you.
Arrestable offense.
Well, I guess
Do
you.
you
I
suspect you
get.
of being armed?
Do you suspect me of having a firearm right now?
An officer that dealt with one of you last night said that you guys were armed.
Oh,
or
really?
one of you was armed.
Oh,
You
really?
suspect us of being armed today.
You are in the state of Alaska,
never
and you
met
do
you
have the
before.
right to actually be armed.
Damn right we
So
do.
why are you trying
Yes.
to? Why are you trying
So
to take
I
me?
assume that everybody I come in contact with is armed in the
You
state
just said
of
you talked
Alaska.
to another deputy that told you
A
that we
police
were
officer,
armed.
because there are no deputies in the state of
Well-
Alaska. We have no sheriff's department.
Just a uniform. It's a costume to us. So
Exactly. You guys are all the same.
Okay.
What's the Third Amendment? If you know that, I'll
I'm
apologize.
not going through all this stuff.
So
with
get out
you.
of my face. Am I being detained?
I've never detained you.
Okay. So if I'm not being,
Can
can I have your name and badge number, please? Okay. So you're gonna physically stop me from going in a.
I explained to you multiple times already.
You
If
are.
I do not want you on the property,
He just told us
you
we
have
could
to
go in
leave.
there.
He just wants to. He just said that we could go in there, but you're very unethical.
Told you.
You're very unethical.
This cop found himself outmatched by this man who turned out to be a journalist gathering material for his story, so he called for a backup. The arriving officers did manage to identify themselves when asked, but that seemed to be the extent of their legal expertise. One of them even dismissed the earlier incident where one of the workers attempted to snatch the phone from the journalist's hands and shoved him, claiming it was an assault. According to that logic, apparently one could escalate physically with others and not face any consequences for assault, right?
Hanson 306. What's your name?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Guys, I don't know what Sergeant Alaska said to you, but essentially we're kind of under, if you keep them from conducting business in any normal manner.
They're doing that to us.
I understand that, so let me talk, and I'll explain that to you.
Alright.
So essentially, if you keep them from conducting business in any normal manner, so I understand that customers have been telling you guys they don't want to be recorded.
The employees assaulted me
Okay, how so?
by touching my arm and my camera.
That is not an assault.
Yes, it
That
is.
civil assault.
It's battery.
Okay.
It's
We don't have battery in the state of Alaska, and I'm not.
Oh, so I could just smack people around in Alaska?
No, that would
Thank
be
you,
an
thank you,
assault.
thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and do that back to her. See how she likes it.
Okay, you're not listening.
What do you
to
think?
I said.
No, you're not
You can look up
listening.
the legal
You can't just touch
definition of
people
it.
here.
You can try to remove them from premise
Oh,
because
really?
you have the authority. I'm
Oh,
telling
really?
you right now
Oh, really?
that if you can keep them from
What's
conducting
disorderly
business-
conduct?
Disorderly conduct would be causing a hazardous situation without any justification or excuse.
That's what they did. That's exactly what loud, unreadable noises. Okay, so what you're making.
These cops were still desperately trying to raise their self-confidence and bruised egos again. Their pride was so inflated that it blinded them from recognizing their mistake, offering an apology to the man, and simply walking away. Instead, they doubled down, once again threatening to cite him for trespassing unless he left. Yet the situation turned when the man asked the officers about the Third Amendment. Unbelievably, they were stumped, unable to answer. What followed was a walk of shame as they finally distanced themselves from the man. If you ask me, they should have done this much earlier.
You're making sure what
And
you're.
I'm trying to explain something to you.
You guys are causing a disturbance, and they are too.
How's your situation armed? Where you can do that noise?
That's not true. There's 7 subsections.
Listen,
There's multiple.
Listen, no one can come over here and interfere with my job. The same thing that they don't want,
And-
you can't do it to me.
And you're not letting me explain to you what I'm trying to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm telling you right now that if in any way, shape, or form you guys hinder their ability to conduct business,
By
that
just
means
video
if you're like
recording.
going behind. No, it's not what I said, is it? If you're going behind counters, if you're getting up in people's faces, if you're getting up in their private information up at the actual counters, then we have an issue and we're going to trespass you from the building.
For what crime?
It's not a crime at that point.
You can't just trespass me without a
Come on
crime.
in.
The other thing,
You can't
guys
just-
blocking
you
the
can't
doorways,
just-
It's disorderly conduct within the city. It's
You guys are blocking the. You guys are blocking the
You're
door.
still not listening to me. I'm trying to explain to you all of the.
So stand over here so you don't block the door.
No, because I plan on leaving very quickly.
Okay, well you're
I'm
just.
trying to explain this to you. If you guys hinder their ability to do their job, we're gonna come trespass you.
Are you gonna trespass them if they do that to us? That's the
They
question.
work here, sir.
They can't just harass us. They can't do that. They can't do that. Hanson. What's the Third Amendment, Hanson? I bet you don't know it.
All right.
I'll donate $500 to your choice of charity. What's the Third Amendment? That's the walk of shame. That is the walk of shame. And that, my friends, is the walk of.
This time around, a man was filming a police station and its parking lot from outside the gate, sticking to the sidewalk. He wasn't crossing any lines, but one cop wasn't thrilled about being on camera and saw it as a chance to puff up his chest a bit. Little did he know this man was well versed in standing up to such tactics. After the cops' failed attempt to shoo him away from the fence, a pointless move since the man wasn't even really near the fence, he looked pretty silly. Not missing a beat, the cops switched tactics, baselessly accusing the man of somehow threatening the officers, though it was unclear how. In his rush to dominate the situation by verbally attacking an innocent man, he totally forgot about the rule about keeping a safe distance. Don't cops need to stay at least 6 feet away so people don't feel threatened by an armed officer hovering too close?
Step away from the gate, please.
What, public land?
Yeah, but it's a secure property. Just step
What, a
away.
police
You can
station?
film over there.
I can film here.
Just not next to the police gate, because it could be a security risk. That's what
What security risk is that?
Just cars.
Can you identify yourself, please, officer?
4813. Stand over there.
I'm obviously from Maidenhead, yeah?
No, from Slack.
Okay. Obviously, I'm just going to show the people this is a public footpath here. There's
Do you
no.
know who owns this land? I don't know, but you're next to.
Are you the landowner?
No, I'm not. But nor are you. So.
What authority? Have you got the landowner's authority to move me on?
Do you?
This is public land.
It's the same thing, but it's the police station. You're next to a secure property.
I'm not going to move. This is public land, so I'm doing nothing unlawful. So that's it, officer. Obviously, you're surrounding me. I'm going to have a little bit of space. You're trying to back me off to where a cone is that's faded away. But yeah, I'm going to stand strong. I was actually coming here praising you guys until this.
Sorry.
And obviously,
all we've done is just stop the car and get out. That's what we've
yeah,
done.
but you are barking orders. You're trying to move me off public land.
What have I done?
Nothing personally.
Your details, please, sir.
No, I won't be giving any
Well,
details.
you've asked me for mine.
Yeah, because that's part of your policy is to identify when engaging a member of the public. And if you turn your body warm on, you have to let the public know at first opportunity as well. But I haven't got to wait here. I'm not detained, am I?
No, you don't have to wait here now. Just if you move away from the
But what is
secure
the-
police station, I'd
It
appreciate
is secure. Look at the
that. Yeah,
gates.
not when people come out, you could just run in, couldn't you?
How can I? I'm not. So?
Have some sense.
I've got plenty of sense, thank you, officer.
I don't think so.
And you're acting like a tyrant, unfortunately.
A tyrant.
Yes.
Okay, what's your first name then?
I won't be giving any details. Thank you very much.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I haven't done a crime, have I?
You might have, I don't know.
I might have. Yeah. You can't live life by mights and can'ts and cannots.
You
It's
don't
easy.
provide your details then?
No.
Okay, fine. So are you going to step away from the police
No, I'm not
station?
gonna.
Okay, fine.
So I'm going to stand here.
This cop acted like he was the king of the block, thinking he could dictate where the man could stand in public. He went as far as to slap the man with a ticket out of the blue, clinching the title for the worst cop of the year. Really, what's the charge supposed to be? As some officers walked out of the main gate, ending their shift, the cop saw it as a fresh chance to pin something else on the man, complaining that the officers didn't like being filmed. Well, if that's the case, maybe the public servant gig isn't for them. Seeing they weren't going to shake the man that day, the officers backed off. But it wasn't the end of it. The man decided these officers needed a lesson in manners and filed a complaint against them.
On the floor. You want me to move to that cone, yeah? Behind that wall.
You can move to the road, that's fine.
I'm not going to go on that and get it's a road risk, isn't it? If you could run me over potentially, or because you guys come out of here fast, don't you? So, but I'm going to get a bit of space here because I do feel.
You are very close to the obviously secure police station, just sent to
I'm very far
and
away.
The officers leaving to go to home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't want to be filmed whilst they're
You
in
shouldn't have
plain
the job
clothes.
then. You work for the public, don't you? If you work for the public, you're going to be filmed.
Yes, but you know we're doing
I'm
the
going
job
to
for
get
the
space
public,
here
aren't
because
we?
I'm feeling alarmed. You are keep coming
I'm
forward to
feeling
me.
alarmed as well whilst you're filming next to the
you
police
have-
station.
But what, in a public place?
Yes. Yeah.
This is a lawful activity.
Yeah, but you have to understand people are leaving off duty, and that's a security risk.
In your opinion, yes.
It is.
What crime has been committed by me filming? Are we getting filmed now?
You could be causing the officers that are leaving alarm, harassment, or distress.
I'm alarmed and distressed, but you keep backing me off with them boots.
Just go away then.
Basically, you're not going to wind us up. Like
I'm not winding you up.
It's not working, so we're going to go because it's getting you're boring.
Thank you. So, well, you're boring as well.
If you do keep filming,
I like your haircut though.
But if you do keep filming, you could be causing the officers leaving here alarm, harassment, and distress, and you could be causing a public order offence. Yeah, so I'd advise you.
What members of the public are offended by me being here?
The members
you guys can't be.
The officers leaving. They're members
can't
of
be
the public
offended.
too,
They're officers.
They're members of the public too. Don't forget that.
But they're still officers. When you work for the public, you shouldn't be harassed, alarmed, or distressed. It's an absolute disgrace, guys. There at Maidenhead. We had Elvis and his mate there trying to bark me off. So literally, guys.
Rookie cops really take the cake for being the worst type. Take these two rookie cops who got all worked up over a guy filming police cars in the station. They insisted he shouldn't be hanging around the parking lot despite it being open to the public. One of them even tried to argue that the guy in his camera posed a threat to the station and their work, though he fell short on the details. People must be tired of police officers who play the victim and who act as if they're always in great danger, even though they're the ones who are always armed. So what's the big deal about one person with a camera?
Fine, thank you. What are you up to?
Well, I was standing out the window filming the cars.
Is that okay?
I mean,
Does it? How does it look suspicious?
Because you walk around the police station filming things.
Okay.
You alright?
I'm perfectly fine.
Need any help?
No, if I'd needed help, I'd have called.
Okay. Is there a purpose for you filming?
Doesn't matter if there's a purpose.
Walk around the car park and such. It's private property.
It's got public access.
I mean, for us to park in.
No, I've not crossed any boundaries, so it's public access, unfortunately.
Sorry, what is it you're doing?
I've not told anybody what I'm doing.
Okay. So you're walking into a boundary, you know, it's police land, private land. Public access is to the front reception, yeah? Okay, just because someone hasn't got a fence or a sign saying you can't enter, you know, it's obvious that it's private.
And is that a
You're
crime?
on the compound, it's not a public footpath.
Is that a criminal offence?
And it's not a criminal offence.
It's a civil matter.
Passing civil, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, with how things are on the board at the moment, okay,
How things what are, sorry?
Obviously, we have to be on edge, police stations.
Because of
Because of the terror threat.
how many terrorist attacks have been against
That
police?
doesn't matter, that's irrelevant.
I'll tell you,
okay?
0.
That doesn't matter.
There's been 0 threats to a police station. Ever.
Oh, sorry, you didn't listen.
It does matter.
If these cops were so adamant about a guy not hanging around the police station's parking lot, why not just put up a sign stating it's off limits? Probably because there was no such rule. Then they were interested in why the man was filming and what his reasons were. Simply, he had the right to film. After all, the reason didn't make any difference to him, whether he was shooting a video for YouTube or just passing the time.
Section 43, which we're not going down, trust me. If you even know what that is. Do you?
No, I don't know what this 43 is.
Ah,
Is it
good.
terrorism act? Because it's not really my jurisdiction.
It is the Terrorism Act, yeah. It's what corrupt police officers use to try and search people out of spite. But you have to have reasonable grounds to suspect someone's a terrorist.
Searching you, we're just asking you what you're doing.
I know. I'm just wondering why you're bothering me.
Because you're wandering around a police station when you have no means of reason.
I'm not wandering around a police station, I'm wandering around the outside. It's not a restricted area. If security can be breached by me filming the outside of the police station, you really need to up your security.
You need to what?
You need to up your security. If you think that a security risk can be filmed from outside, that's a problem, isn't it? Because although I'm not a terrorist, if I was, I could access whatever I want.
Did you?
Well, if
We
you're
spotted you out the window.
well, if you're saying that me filming anything out here is a security risk, don't put it out here.
If you were a security risk, we stopped that, haven't you? Because we've seen you out the window on our property and
We haven't stopped it because I'm still here filming, and I'm going to continue to do it.
Yeah, but you're not security risk, so we've engaged with you.
So
to
what
see
are
that
you
you're not
filming for? Are you filming just because you want to film, or are you
Yeah.
filming for a YouTube channel? Or?
Because I can and I want to.
Okay.
When the man asked the officers for their names, one of them acted as if it was too much to ask, even though the man himself chose not to share his own details. Here's the kicker, though. The man's protected by the Fourth Amendment, allowing him to stay anonymous unless he's breaking the law. But for cops, it's a basic part of their job to identify themselves when asked, especially while in uniform. This cop suggested the man could just read it from his uniform, but the man insisted on hearing it directly. Deciding to keep testing the waters, the man kept provoking the officers, who were powerless to do much without trampling on his rights. Then a female officer claimed the man was in her way, but she could simply walk around. Besides, she should tread carefully. Any physical push could lead to a lawsuit for battery.
It's not ordinary behaviour to harass a member of the public.
It's what, sorry?
It's not ordinary behaviour to harass a member of the public. Am I detained?
In the boundaries of the police station, which is why we're talking to you.
Are you detaining me?
Sorry?
Are you detaining me?
No.
Then can you identify yourselves for the camera, please?
You know what?
Identify yourselves.
I mean, my shoulder number's on my...
I can't
my
see it
collar.
from
Can you
here.
identify yourself.
I
You're on
can't.
our land.
I can't see it from here. Can you say it out loud, please?
You see it there, 35731.
And you?
38484.
Good.
So we've already done more than you've done to help the situation.
Yeah, but you're a public servant and you have to identify yourselves. I'm a member of the public. I don't have to identify myself. Do you see that?
Right.
Sorry, you're going to have to sort of step out of the way. You're getting a little bit too close.
Well, you could walk around me, couldn't you? What's your identity?
Sorry?
What's your identity? Are you a police officer?
I don't know what you're doing here.
Are you a police officer?
I'm a police officer. I'm PC Karen Hannah.
What's your number?
I'm just asking you to step out of the way because of COVID. You shouldn't be standing in the middle
Yeah, but
of
you've
the...
spoken to me, so can I have your badge
I don't
number,
know who
please?
you are.
Yeah, but as a police officer, you have to give me your number.
These officers are dealing with you.
And I want to know what your number is.
Could you just kindly move out the way?
No. But you're identifying yourself as a police officer, so you have to give me your collar number.
DH468.
Thank
Please
you.
stay away from my vehicle, thank you.
Tyrant. She's got an attitude problem. Of course. No, you wouldn't.
Because of her bad approach, the man thought it best to show her exactly where she belonged. As she attempted to drive off, he took a stand, quite literally, in front of her car, proving his point that he could be anywhere he pleased in public. This forced her to find another way around him. The two officers from earlier seemed to think this move was not necessary. Maybe so, but it's just as unnecessary for them to leave professionalism at the door. After all, they started this whole thing by verbally attacking the man who did nothing wrong.
Have a good day. God, she's ballsing this up. She's ballsing this one up. What's this, a 12-point turn?
Is that really necessary for yourself? I mean, it's quite a small gap, isn't it? Just
Not really, I could have done that in one go.
I'm very proud of you if you can.
Thank you.
Fine, but as long as you're here, we're going to stay with you. And we're not
Okay.
harassing you anyway, it's because you're on our land.
But have you not got some work to do?
I have, quite right, yeah, but
Go and do it.
Outside the police
Go and
station.
do it then. Yeah, but I'm only filming you because you're here. If you weren't
Around the
here...
police station.
Yeah, but he's just said he can't do his work because I'm filming him. So go and do your work.
Okay. Well,
There's
I've
no
got-
reason for you to be here, is there? Oh, here we go. Some real police.
Right, so I've covered these guys. You are filming at the police station. You've already straightened one colleague by quickly getting in her way and then questioning.
Well, she was spiteful to me, wasn't she?
No,
She
she's
walked-
reminding you of COVID restrictions.
But, however, she walked... Right.
Film me.
Yeah, I've
questioning
already
everything.
Well, you didn't kick me out.
And there is a sign there that says, no, police only. Out by the other side of the car park, but we saw you walking.
No, I've not passed any signs that said don't pass. I wouldn't have done that.
So have you literally just come
Another cop joined the scene thinking he could help shoo the man away. Spoiler alert, it didn't work out. He seemed overly curious about whether the man was filming on police stations or just theirs, a detail that wasn't really his business. The man, aware of their tactics, chose to stay quiet. The only edge this newbie had over his mates was his willingness to identify himself.
talk to us and just
I've
film
not come
us?
here to talk to you,
No, but to
I
just
came here to
us.
film the
Obviously,
police
we're going to
station.
come and speak to you, aren't we, if you're at the police station?
but I've told you what I'm doing, so you can
haven't
go
told me
now.
what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm filming the police station.
Okay, for what? Is it
Because
for
I
a
want
channel?
to. It might be.
Do you do this for all police stations, or is it just
Not all of
Chai
them.
specifically?
That would take a long time.
Yeah, well, yeah, very true. But is it just Chai police station, or what is it? Is it just a fascination with the buildings? It's not a building?
I'm not answering your questions.
Okay. It's fine by me. I just want to know what you're up to.
You're dismissed.
hanging around all our officers' cars, appears to be filming.
I'm only standing here because this is where the police lady told me to stand because she was moving her car. I was standing there. You know, on the zebra crossing. And she walked up to me. She could have walked around, but she walked right up to me and went, "You're going to have to move."
That's because you're in that stairwell there. You won't give her sufficient
There was room
distance.
to get past.
Okay, we're not on the guidance. That's all she was saying. She was just being polite. A polite message.
No, that was not polite.
No, you weren't polite
I think
to her.
I'm very polite.
Okay, well, you just
I
mocked her
told her-
driving a second ago.
Question why, see what's going on more than anything. That is our job, that's what people pay taxes for, is to ask questions to make sure crimes aren't being committed.
Am I committing a crime?
No.
Am
No,
I being?
I wouldn't know.
Am
unless
I
we
being
spoke to
detained?
you. No. So if you'd like to leave, that's totally
No.
up to you.
Can you identify yourself, please?
Me, PC Dodd, warrant number Echo Alpha 16.
One of the cops tried to revive his old claim about a sign that supposedly banned non-officials from entering, an invisible sign, since it was nowhere to be seen. Clearly, he was just making it up, but he didn't stop there. The officers, almost in harmony, insisted they couldn't just leave the man there, claiming they were unsure of his intentions and suggesting he might be plotting an attack on the station. First things first, they need to brush up on their basics. You need a reasonable suspicion to start with.
And can you identify yourself, please? 409. Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Are you recording?
Me? Yeah.
Okay.
You're recording, aren't you?
Yep. Are you aware of the guidelines that you have to inform a member of the public that you're recording?
You should inform me you're recording.
Because I don't have any guidelines to follow.
Alright. So, fine. Oh dear.
I mean, like I said, we can't. You are from roughly nowhere. We can't leave you here because I don't know where you're going to wander off next. You're running around the car park already.
Running?
Sorry?
Running?
Wandering around the car park.
Oh, wandering.
At
Wandering.
the moment, you're stood by our colleagues' cars.
Oh.
And I have reminded you of the terror threat currently, which is why we're on edge a little bit.
Here we go.
To be more responsible.
And I've already told you about the terrorism.
You know everything, do you?
I do know about terrorism, yeah. Police stations have never been a threat.
Doesn't mean they can't ever be.
Yeah. It's anyway, but not really too much we can do.
No, there isn't.
Just have to stand up and not head to one side.
No. So as long as it doesn't go around the back, no issue.
No, that's
Okay, well, you're dismissed then.
oh dear. Alright, well, I'll leave you to it if you
Thank
enjoy
you.
yourself.
Thank you.
This encounter kicked off with some tension as a cop immediately demanded the man's ID, yet he struggled to name the specific law justifying his request. For the cop's information, someone needs to actually break the law before cops have the right to demand ID. Like in previous encounters, this cop was irked by the man filming for his YouTube channel, although filming isn't a crime. The officer didn't stop there, he even claimed he could arrest the man for obstructing police work if he didn't identify himself. However, any well-informed cop knows you can't arrest someone for police obstruction as it's a secondary offense. Trying to justify himself on camera, he mentioned ongoing terrorist threats, but this was unrelated to the man's filming activities.
Right. Hold on, before we begin. Right, go on then.
Right, so I'm asking you now.
Under what law are you asking me for my ID?
Because at the moment, I'm quite no. At the moment, I'm quite concerned that you were filming entrances and you were pointing out in the rating about the no unauthorised signs.
And what did I actually say?
You said you were doing it for a YouTube channel. So
yes. And what did I actually say in the narration?
I can't remember.
So that's what I'm saying.
I've explained to you now why I'm stopping you.
Yeah, and I've told you why I'm doing it.
And I've also now asked you to request details.
No, I'm not giving you my details unless I break from the law.
I've explained to you why I want them to conduct a police national computer check.
No.
I've also informed you
No,
that you
thanks.
could actually be arrested for failing to provide it.
Really?
Yes, you could,
Can I
sir.
speak to your supervisor, please?
Yeah, I can get a supervisor.
Yes, please. I've explained what I'm doing. I'm not going anywhere.
Hotel Papa 73
I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere in the first place. You came up to me and started harassing me. And as you can see. No, I didn't get anti at all. I told him what I was doing, and then he carried on the conversation asking for my details. I haven't broken the law. There may be a terrorism act going on, but that's nothing to do with me. It's not breaking the law by narrating a video.
At the moment, sir, I've explained to you that
I want to speak to your supervisor.
The supervisor's coming down, sir.
Good, I've done talking to you then, thank you. But because he stopped me, this whole video is going online anyway, so he's going to be a part of it. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, sir, you are within your right to film.
Absolutely.
I've not got a problem with that.
Lovely.
Having spoken to you and your explanation for the commentary, I'm satisfied with
Brilliant. And why wasn't he
I'm
then?
not going to request your details.
Good.
I feel like
I wouldn't give them anyway.
Okay, that's up to you. You don't have to. It's not.
I know.
Yes, you're right to not give them.
Unless I've done something, broken someone or nicked something or I'm in breach of contract, nobody gets anything off me.
Okay, well, like I say, happy with you filming.
I mean, you're recording me, so you've got a picture of me anyway, so you can do your own PNC check and you'll tell you everything.
Then another officer arrived, seeing his colleague engaging in conversation with the man. This officer attempted to dissuade the man from calling their supervisor. The man stated he would refrain from making the call only if the officer, who was behaving quite unprofessionally, apologized. However, as we have often seen, due to the massive egos these officers have, that apology never materialized. This situation raises the question: why is it not a problem for police when foreigners and tourists take photos and record everything in the city, yet it causes issues for citizens? This disparity exists because the police can only exert their power and inflate their egos over the citizens.
Me, English person, easy. Tourist, they would poo their pants. Absolutely poo their pants because they'll think they're going to jail. Because that's exactly what he said. I'll place you under arrest if you don't give me your details. Which is against the law to say that. Because he can't arrest me. So, are you a supervisor?
No, I'm not.
Are you the same rank as him though?
Yeah.
Can we go and have a word with him then?
Yeah.
And see if we can get an apology from him?
Well, that's down to him, sir.
No, I understand that. If you can ask him for an apology to me, then that'll all be over. If he doesn't give me an apology, then I'll ask for a supervisor.
He's just going to speak to him now.
All right.
Well, you could just go on about your day.
I could go on about my day, but I was... Right, if I came up to you as a civilian, you out of uniform, and a policeman came up to you, you're not a policeman, and a policeman came up to you and said, excuse me, what are you doing? You tell him what you're doing, and then he says, if you don't give me your details, I'll place you under arrest.
And if this scenario happened, I'll probably just forget.
I'm sure you would. I'm easygoing. I'm easygoing as well, but as I said, what you do is up to you. But all I'm asking for is an apology. You can't conduct yourself that way 24/7. If you think you're right, and they're being trained that way to think they're right.
I think...
I understand he's concerned, and I understand his concern. I'm not going anywhere, I'm just getting in the chase.
I think you've just...
That wasn't the guy, was it?
I think you've just got off. You've just got off on the wrong...
No, I was minding my own business until he turned up. I only was. I was minding my own business until he turned up. Didn't deter anyone. So, can we go and have a word with him to come across here and apologise, or am I going to have to go and see him?
Well, he went over to us,
right, okay.
so we'll find out.
We'll find out. Not very soon then. But if it's going to take a while, do you mind if I go into the square and come back?
I think the supervisor's coming over.
Oh, I'll be back in a minute. 2 minutes, yeah? I'm just going to do the square. Just go sweep the square and do the cannons and then come back.
I think he's come over just to speak to you and try.
No one's come over yet.
No, there's somebody coming over now. I've just heard on the radio. So.
All right. What's your name again, sorry?
Are you filming me now?
I am filming.
Just when you thought things couldn't get worse, along came another cop. Right off the bat, he zeroed in on whether or not the man was filming. Once the man nodded, he tried to get the cop's name and badge number, but surprised the cop wasn't having any of it, convinced he didn't owe that info to anyone he didn't feel like sharing with. Amidst all the confusion stirred up by the police over absolutely nothing, the man tried to clear the air. He shared that he ran a YouTube channel focused on history and was there to gather footage for a new video about a historic spot in the city. But that did little to sway the cops. They kept crowding around him, treating the situation like some high-stakes operation, all while the man was just there to make an educational video.
Yeah, because you've interacted with me, so... What's your name?
But I don't really want to give that out.
Really, as a police officer?
Yeah.
Is it not your policy to what? Give your name when asked?
Not what I need done.
Can I have your number then, please?
Yeah.
2906. So it's not your policy to give your name when asked? Right, okay, fine. I understand that. I'll go and check that out later on. So what's happened then? What's he said?
He's basically asked you what you were doing within the area.
Yeah. I told him. He believed what I said. How come he didn't?
I don't know.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You went to have a word with him. He came to me. I was stood there by that post, or in between the archway, actually, doing some narration. I run a history channel on YouTube. Talking about this guy over here being the most important guy in the square because he's got the most important job. He's only got the guardhouse to look after, plus the horses behind the gate. Yeah. Did a little bit on that no authorization, no unauthorized access beyond this point. Telling them because beyond that point, the horse guards and the horses are in preparation and are, that's where they live. That's why there's no access to that point.
Yep, no.
So anyway, so I told him that, and he says, well, I don't care about that. We're going to do a PNC check. You need to give me your details. I said, well, what details do I need to give you? He said, I need your name, your address, and your date of birth. I said, well, you're not getting any of those because I haven't broken the law. And he said, as part of the Terrorism Act, you have to give me your details. I said, as an act, I have to agree with what you're saying.
The problem is technically you're right and technically he's right.
He's not right. I'm right, he's wrong.
Right.
I'm a civilian, he's in uniform. He should conduct himself in a manner to which... Yeah, what issue?
You're right in what you say.
Yeah.
And he's right in what he says.
I can't ask for a PNC check if I haven't broken the law. I don't have to ID myself unless I've broken one of those 3 rules.
Well, technically you do.
Why?
Around here in this area, we have a lot of counter-terrorism issues.
Right.
A lot of hostile reconnaissance. We have a lot of stuff going on.
I can see this on Google Earth, from the top, from the side, from street view, everywhere.
I'm very pleased for you.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
oh, there we go.
The officer's only doing his job.
Yeah, I understand that.
Speaking to you.
Why was this cop even bothering the man and starting a confrontation when he wasn't even there when the whole issue began? He jumped in, claiming the man wasn't calm when first approached, which made him suspicious. But how could he judge that situation without being there from the get-go? Sure, he argued that his buddy had the right to ask for ID, which is somewhat true, but don't forget people have the right to refuse that request also. Then he slaps a terrorism accusation on the man. That's just absurd. Just because the cops say something doesn't make it magically true. It's just another tall tale, yet they act like it's the truth.
I was calm until he turned up.
At the end of the day, the officers obviously asked you to
ID myself, and I did account for my... Yep, told him everything I've told him, and I told everything I've told him, I told to you.
Okay. Technically what he's saying, he is allowed to ask for your name.
Sorry?
He is allowed to ask for your name.
Sure, you can ask all day long. Doesn't mean I have to give it.
No. Let me finish. There is a power of arrest for failure to give name and address if an officer feels there is something more to what is going on.
Yeah, but he has to articulate. He has to articulate a crime or suspicion of a crime.
He doesn't have to articulate a crime.
Of course he does.
He has to articulate a suspicion of an act or of a behaviour.
Yeah, a crime.
It doesn't have to be.
It's not about behaviour. Behaviour makes no difference. It's a free country. I can behave how I like as long as I'm not hurting anybody.
Right, but at the end of the day...
I can say anything I like as well.
Underneath the Terrorism Act as well, there is an arrest power.
How?
At the end of the day...
It's an act. I have to agree to what he's saying first before he can arrest me.
You don't.
Really? So he can arrest me? For nothing?
We're getting away from the point of the matter here.
Is he articulating that I'm a terrorist? Because that's slander.
Well, obviously he's not, no.
It is. Oh, he's not doing that. He's not doing that, is that what you're saying?
I wasn't here when the conversation took place.
Yeah, so he's told you a bunch of porkies and now I've got to put up with it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anyone said or done anything.
Oh, so what did he say then?
At the end of the day...
What did he say exactly?
You're accounting for your behaviour.
Yeah, I accounted for that. He believed me.
Check this out. Over 5 cops swarmed around a guy just walking and filming around the city. It was pretty clear they had no clue why they even walked up to him. They just spotted a man with a camera and figured they'd flex their authority a little bit. One cop even tried to pin some graffiti on him until his colleague corrected him, saying it wasn't the graffiti guy. Then another cop questioned why he was filming the police station's door and garage. What's funny is the guy didn't even make a single sound the entire time. He was totally silent, just to get under their skin, and it really worked. So they decided to put an end to it by detaining him, claiming his actions were suspicious.
You need to go? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I help you? Can I help you, sir? Hello, sir. I talked to this guy today. He's,
Not me.
yeah, I talked to you. At 10th and Folsom. Yes, you done. I wanted to report, remember the graffiti? Is this him? The graffiti guy? No. Not the graffiti guy, but the art. No, this isn't Cam. No, not Cam. What's your first name, sir?
Adam and which 976?
I believe it. The 2 Adam. Okay. Do you need any help, sir?
This 113 Adam?
You just keep filming long 1572. Can you help me, sir?
97 on the China base inside. Copy. Just identify this as 13 Adam. Put you on it.
Holy shit.
Hi, sir. Is there a reason why you're taking pictures of the police station camera and the garage door, sir?
I'm right on this call.
Copy. We're right at the
One cop got the idea into his head that the guy was scoping out the police station to plan a heist, all because he was filming their security cameras. As they took turns trying to get his ID, the guy stepped up to ask exactly what crime he was supposedly detained for. The cops kept harping on their suspicions over him recording their camera locations, but the guy cut them off quickly, schooling them that filming cameras isn't illegal. That left the cop with nothing to say.
You're filming a police station, you're taking pictures of the cameras, you're taking pictures inside of the police station, inside the parking lot, sir. Do you have any form of ID?
So, video, we're 2 minutes, 40 seconds in. It was really 35 when I was told I was being detained.
Okay, sir. Do you have any form of ID?
Just keep 6 feet distance.
The activity you're doing is suspicious.
What's suspicious about
You're
it?
filming inside of a police station. You're taking pictures of our camera location. That's suspicious activity.
Well, I didn't know.
I saw you on our
How's it going?
camera, sir. I need your ID, sir.
And what's your name and badge number? Right here. Okay. Now, you said I'm being detained for suspicious activity?
Suspicious activity outside of a police station.
Gotcha. What crime is it?
Well, we've had a lot of problems with people coming at us, so heightened security.
Heightened security? Gotcha.
You're taking pictures inside the lobby, and now you're taking pictures of our security cameras and their location, and inside the police station.
Well, I'm taking pictures of anything my eye can see. Look, you guys, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another 1, 6. So what I'm saying...
The man then took it upon himself to educate the cops who had verbally attacked him without cause. He explained that first, his filming was an activity protected by the First Amendment, which they ought to be aware of. Second, they needed reasonable suspicion that a person was about to break the law. Their subjective feelings of doubt were insufficient, as they are law enforcement officers, not feeling enforcers. Realizing the extent of the problem they had created, one of the cops decided to leave while he still could, which turned out to be the wisest decision any of them could make. Considering the man's unwillingness to back down, the cops went as far as to create a new charge against him, this time for blocking the sidewalk. However, a person has the right to stand on the sidewalk as long as they wish. It is clear who is causing the unnecessary fuss here.
What crime is it suspicion of? Is there a crime? But is there a crime? Suspicion, you have to have facts to go with it. Reasonable, articulatable suspicion.
What you're doing is suspicious activity.
This is a First Amendment protected activity. Okay, guys, this officer just bumped into me. What's your name and badge number?
What did I do?
You bumped right into the back of me. What's your name and badge number?
All right, sir.
1572.
Okay.
All right, sir.
On 1572 just bumped into me, guys, aggressively. Aggressively. Yes, you did. You bumped into me.
This is a First Amendment protected activity. You have no reasonable suspicion. What's your reasonable?
Any crime, you give me your ID, we'll release you with an 849B.
That's not how that works. That's not how the Constitution works. I don't have to give ID. Hold on. I don't have to give ID. No, you hold on. Be quiet. I don't have to give ID unless I'm being reasonable articulate suspicion of a crime. You guys are getting a little close. Can you back up, please? No, they're not backing up.
You accused me of bumping you. We're both fat guys. We're 250 pounds.
Gotcha, and you bumped into the back of me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You're blocking the sidewalk.
I'm off the side of the sidewalk, guys. Are all your body cams on, please? Okay, cool. I want to be able to request them later. I'm not committing a crime. You guys have no reason to detain me. This is a First Amendment. Fuck your suspicion. This is a First Amendment protected activity. The Supreme Court has already ruled on this. I can come inside and record. I can record the outside, anywhere in public. Yes, I can. This is a public building. It's a public building. Yes, it is. Who owns it? That's what I did. That's what I was in the front. I was not in here. Never been in here. I was in the front. Who owns this building? Public, right? I can go in any public lobbies. Correct? Okay, so what I'm doing actually, this is called a First Amendment audit, and you guys are actually failing like crazily failing.
The man also declared to them that as a citizen whom they serve, he has the right to oversee their work. Unfortunately, he added that it had been a long time since he encountered a commendable cop. These cops have not demonstrated that they are capable leaders at all. They have forgotten what constitutional law is and neglected to maintain a distance of at least 6 feet from the man. Just look how close they're standing to him. No citizen desires such cops. Police officers are supposed to serve the public and ensure their safety.
Right? So what I have is I have the right to come record you. I have the right to come watch you doing your jobs. I have the right to come. I'm looking for good officers who are upholding the Constitution. I'm not finding any at this point. There's a First Amendment protected activity. I'm supposed to be able to do this without being harassed. You guys are harassing me. I'm surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers, 7 at the door, and the other ones that came through. So what is the issue? What reasonable, articulatable suspicion of a crime do you have? Tell me. You got that? I'll give you my ID. What crime have I committed besides standing out in public recording? What crime? Tell me. Tell me, tyrant. Tell me. Because I know you're a tyrant. I can tell. Tell me, tyrant. You're one too. You're getting real close to me. That's Tupper, guys. Badge 4115. Markley 867. Now this officer's real close trying to intimidate me, guys.
What are you talking about? We're giving you 849B form.
Why are you so close? There is no 849B form for what?
Just when you thought cops couldn't get any worse, this video proves the complete opposite. This time, a couple of cops believed they were above the law and that their actions would have no consequences, so they broke into someone's house without a warrant. To make matters worse, those who were caught inside were terrified, unsure of what was happening. One of the cops started threatening to arrest them if they didn't immediately go to their rooms, claiming they were obstructing his investigation. Shouldn't the cop first explain what they're investigating? However, when it comes to cops who think they can act without facing the consequences or punishment for their mistakes, nothing can surprise you anymore. Not even when one of the cops takes a phone from one of the people in the house.
Get in our way, we're doing an investigation. If you don't move out of the way, sir, you're going to be arrested for obstructing and delaying. I'm telling you right now.
Am I good to stay
Excuse
here?
me.
Can I stand
We
here?
are doing an investigation. You need to go back to your room or you're going to go to jail. I'm telling you. 1, 2. Come here. Come here.
What's going on?
Come here.
Do you have
Come
a warranty?
here.
Do you have a warranty? Do you
Yes,
have a
my
warrant?
warrant is on the cops. Come here.
Okay.
Let's go.
What's going on?
Let's go. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Or I make you. Let's go.
No, I will walk myself.
Come on. You don't have a choice. Step out.
Okay. No. What?
Come on. Or I make you. Let's go. No, I will walk myself. Come on. You don't have a choice. Step out. No. What? You want to do stupid? Do not pull away. Do not pull away. You understand me? We have your phone, okay? Motor Park PD!
对呀，我坐在卫生间嘛。
What actually happened was that a fight broke out in the neighborhood, prompting a call to the police to resolve the issue. However, instead of addressing the real and tangible issues at hand, these cops managed to go to the wrong address. This incident raises questions about their attention to detail, especially when compared to a pizza delivery person who typically finds the right address without issue. Meanwhile, as they were resolving the case at the wrong house, one can only wonder how much the situation escalated to the location they were actually needed. Most troubling of all, the cops literally broke down the doors of these innocent people in the middle of the night. Just imagine the stress these individuals experienced, all due to a mistake by the police.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
看他们有没有不公平执法。
Sir, what's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number, sir? Sir, what's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
My name is Corporal Ceballos. What is your name?
I won't
What is
provide
your
any
name?
of my information unless it's under the threat of detain.
Under the threat of detain?
Yes.
Well, you
Otherwise-
were detained. So
Otherwise,
you
I
were
will know.
detained because we were investigating an assault with a deadly weapon. That's why you were being detained.
Okay.
Anything else?
What's your badge number, sir?
Can you read?
Can you read for me?
No, I'm not going to read it for you.
Okay, your badge number is 295.
Right, that's it.
Okay, and what's your name, sir?
Okay, do me a solid, step back.
What's your name and badge number? KNOX.
Go.
A.
One of the individuals from the house who was not taken outside approached these cops to ask for their first and last names. However, they decided to ignore the request and return to the house to continue their investigation. To make matters even more disheartening, one of the individuals in this house was also battling cancer, and the cops showed no regard for these circumstances. I mean, what can we expect from cops who couldn't even get the address right?
Okay, and what's your name, sir?
Okay, do me a solid, step back.
What's your name and badge number? KNOX.
Go.
A KNOX.
Go over there.
Badge
Stand
number
up there.
493.
Stand there.
Badge number. Okay, you touched me and pushed me.
Up there.
Hey, sir,
What's your
you're
name
getting in
and
our
search
way.
number?
We're doing an investigation. If you don't move out of the way, sir, you're going to be arrested for obstructing and delaying. I'm telling you right now.
Am I good to stay
Excuse
here?
me.
Can I stand
We
here?
are doing an investigation. You need to go back to your room or you're going to go to jail. I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3.
And back in your room. And this one. Thank you.
Okay, look, I didn't lock the door, but he held the door. You see? They hold the door. You see? Wow, they hold the door. Oh my gosh. Oh, they hold the door. Okay, they just released the door. Hi. How are you doing? What's your name and badge number, please? Sir, what's your name and badge number? Second time. What's your name and badge number? Third time.
Public building workers sometimes call the police over individuals, but instead of the police explaining citizens' rights to these workers, they tend to hassle the citizens, probably aiming to puff up their egos or feel a little bit mightier. That's exactly what unfolded when a cop walked up to a man in front of a federal building, insisting he wasn't welcome there and needed to move on. Yet it's not really for them to say, but for the law to dictate. Still, the cop mentioned he didn't want to resort to arrest, suggesting it'd be wiser for the man to just walk away. The man, not wanting the cop to lose his qualified immunity over such a blunder, recommended the cop better leave him be. In these moments, it usually ends up being a cop's ego that takes a hit, and this time was no different. So the cop ended up giving the man a 5-minute warning to leave or be arrested for trespassing. The ironic part? The man was simply standing on the sidewalk, making the cop's warning a bit on the absurd side.
Can the management in there?
What's going on?
They don't want you here. They want you to move on.
Well, I'm going to stay here about 3 hours, then I'll move.
Okay, well, they don't want you here.
Well, it's not up to them.
It is up to them.
No, it's not.
It is up to the management.
No, sir, it's not.
So why do you think that?
It's up to the law.
Do what?
I have 3 hours to rest.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't want to put you in jail, my man.
Yeah.
I want to put you in
I don't want you to lose your qualified immunity either, so I wouldn't put me in jail.
Okay.
I have a right to be here. They don't have a right to tell me to move.
Well, why do you think that, though?
Because I did my research before I came out.
Okay. So the establishment here, the management here, you're saying doesn't have the right to tell you to
What
leave.
policy have I violated? What law have I violated?
So they don't want you here though.
It doesn't matter. This is public property. They don't get to tell people who can be here and
Yes,
can't.
yes, they do.
No, they can't.
So,
No, they can't.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you to leave. I'm
right.
going to give you a chance to leave. I'm going to go sit back in my car. So if I come back in the next 5
You want to
minutes,
bet your qualified immunity on that?
and you're still standing
Officer,
here,
what's your name and badge number?
so it's Kellum Palillo, 1135.
1135.
So
I'm going to give you a chance to go get back in your car and leave, or you're going to lose your qualified immunity.
Okay, all right. Well,
So-
that's your warning, sir. Okay.
So I'm being warned. If I don't leave, I'll be arrested.
Yes, for trespassing.
All right. Well,
So, all righty. Have a good day, sir.
how much time are you going to give me?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Let's go ahead and cut to the chase. Let's do it right now. We'll cut to the chase. Let's do it right now.
I'm going to give you your chance.
Cut to the chase. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. Call your county attorney. Call your supervisor. Do what you need to do before you make a mistake. Don't let them make you lose your qualified immunity. Don't let them make you lose your qualified immunity, deputy. Hey, just so you guys know, I'm not soliciting.
We just don't allow that. I'm sorry.
What policy have I violated?
Well, it's a solicitation. We've never
I'm not
allowed
soliciting.
any people that come up here swore they
I'm not
have
asking for
permits.
donations. I'm not asking for donations.
Well, I asked you not to
I have
do
three.
that.
I have 3 hours to rest,
Yeah.
and while I'm resting, I have a right to express my free speech.
Well, I don't think so.
He is about to arrest me.
I'm sorry. I asked you.
He's giving me-
I asked you not to do it.
What? Okay, let's keep it west. What policy have I violated?
Tallahassee.
If I'm coming up here and I parked my car to rest, I can walk around, right?
Absolutely.
But I just
You
can't express free speech
Right.
while I'm doing it.
You cannot do any form.
And your name is Tammy. What is your position with the state?
I'm the manager here.
You're the manager here. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you're going to lose your qualified immunity when I see you in court. So I'm going to leave before he arrests me because he's threatened me with arrest. This is despicable behavior. This is freedom of speech.
Well, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.